Hi guys, welcome to Module 5 BreakStatement. So, as an aspiring new programmer who has done a great job on the previous project, your boss assigned you with a new project for his friend Matthew. For this activity, we're going to be applying BreakStatement to for loops to create software that will perform quality check on the results that a machine creates. Specifically, you will be creating a method for the software. Recall the syntax for a for loop, and we are now initializing test and update expression. And the syntax for the break statement, it means break semicolon. After that, step 1, okay. Matthew is a food scientist that works for a company that creates fruit punch. His job at the company is to check the sugar content in grams in fruit punch that a machine creates. To do this, Matthew needs to look at a list of numbers that the machine output that represent the sugar content each of the fruit punch in a batch of fruit punch. He needs to make sure that all the sugar content in the batch of fruit punch is not at or above a threshold that is provided to him, right? And then if any of the fruit punch is at or above the threshold, the whole batch must be remade and readjust the machine. To readjust the machine, he needs to know the average sugar content just before the threshold for sugar content for the fruit punch. Normally, this would be a job that is done by hand, but Matthew knows that this is an error prone, so he decided to have a program created that will do this for him. The boss gives this project to you to work on. Here are the specifications for the program. So we have to go on the left side, we have to go work, source, main, Java, com, ATA, and the first one called the class quality checker. So over there, on the right side again, we have to create a method called QC machine, mean quality machine or something like that. And number 2, have the method take in 2 arguments. Okay, let's go one by one. So first, we have to create a method called QC machine, right? QC machine, and it has that method taking 2 arguments, a double array called sugar content that represent a list of sugar content that the machine creates, and double called threshold that represent the threshold. So 2 arguments. First one is double array sugar content, and second one is double threshold. Then we have a open curly bracket here, and then what is gonna do? Number 3, return a double. That will be the average of the sugar content before a threshold, not including the value at the threshold. So we should return a double, right? So every time we create a method, when we recall, it should be double or integer, something like that. So I will just write double because as per number 3, we should return a double. And then, okay, within the method, right? Within this method, we should do the following for Number 4, create two variables used to get the average. So in order to get the average, we have to create a two variable. First variable is integer variable count to keep track of the numbers of items, and another one is a double variable called sum to keep track of the sugar content. So first variable, we're gonna initialize integer count, assign it to, we declare integer count, assign it to 0 because we is an initializing value. So we're gonna assign it to 0. And another one is double variable called sum, assign to 0 also. After that, let's see, number 5, loop through the list of sugar content and within the loop. So first we're gonna loop first. So in order to do that, we're gonna write down for integer initialization I equal to 0. We're gonna put the condition I less than sugar content, right? Because we have a double array right here. So sugar content dot length, and we're gonna make an increment I plus plus and open curly bracket again. So on the right side, number 5, create a local variable of type double called sugar content to store the sugar content at the current index. Current index means like index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, etc. So for that matter, we have to declare declare create is the same thing. So declare a local variable type called double called sugar content. So sugar content equal to sugar content at the current index, right? Like starting index, specific index, current index. So that's what it means. We're gonna assign it to sugar content at the current index. I represent the current index, and add an additional to check if sugar content is greater than or equal to threshold, greater than or equal to, which one is the sugar content is. So is the condition, right? Conditional, we're gonna check in. So if integer I equal to, oh sorry, if what is a sugar content, right? So sugar content greater than or equal to threshold, what we're gonna do. So if sugar content is greater than equal to threshold, break out of the loop for the of the for loop. If it is, the condition is true, we're gonna break out of the loop. All right, and then there's a close curly bracket because we're gonna break out of the loop. After that, the conditional increment count by 1 and add sugar content to sum. So increment count by 1 means increment the count by 1. So count plus equal to 1 is how we increment the count. So we can write another way. The alternative way is count equal to count plus 1. Is the same thing. You can write either count equal to count plus 1 or count plus 1 equal to 1. I mean count plus equal to 1. It's the same thing. Next line, add sugar content to sum, right? So sum plus equal to sugar content You can write this way, or sum equal to sum plus sugar content. Either way is fine. And then number 6, okay, so we have a curly bracket for the if statement, open bracket and close bracket. So for the for loop statement, um, we have to we have the open curly bracket. We don't have the close curly bracket, so I will just gonna put it here and then move on to the next step because it's the after the for loop, so it means like the for loop is like done. And create a conditional, we have to create another conditional, check to see if count is 0. If it's 0, return 0. It's simple, right? Because we cannot divide the value by 0, right? Okay, for that matter, if count equal 0, if it's true, simply return the value 0 and close bracket. Otherwise, easy. Otherwise means here is else, right? Else, return the average sugar content, right? By dividing sum by count, and they show you asymmetric. So we will just return sum by count, and close. You put the curly bracket on. Okay. If it is here to create a QC machine method below this, mean I have to create in this line. So I'm gonna just get it and put it here. Okay, so you see the red bracket here means it doesn't have a close bracket too much. So we have the all statement here, the closing bracket for our method here, but we don't have the public slash closing curly bracket. So I'm gonna just add it here on line 28. And let's see. Okay. So your manager taking into consideration that this project could be challenging, provided you with the pseudocode of how he thinks this method should be created. Oh, so they give you the, like basic info here to get an idea. Yeah, you guys can check this out. It's the same thing that I write it down here. And we will simply just run the run workflow step 01. In order to do that, put your cursor in the terminal and then press the up arrow in your laptop or desktop. Simply press it, and then the last command you use gonna pop up like I use the last command run workflow test all. It just simply pauses. So I was just gonna delete the test all, and I will just simply write down the step 01 here and just hit the enter. Okay. It say I have okay. Okay, I think I know what's wrong because we call sugar content, right? But like right here, how we have a sugar contents, there's a S in it, so we have to make sure don't forget the S here on line 15. on the right side, like right here too, like you can simply see they mention there's a sugar contents I, right? So okay, we will just run it again. Okay, let's work. And then we're gonna move on to the step 2 break statement, right? Before Matthew commission you for this program, he commissioned another programmer to create another program to deal with a quark in another machine. This quark in the machine caused the sugar content to be multiplied by 10. Um, the programmer was able to fix the quark but had to leave in a hurry, so he made a mistake in the program. Mario would like you to troubleshoot the issue and see if you can fix the program. The previous programmer code is in the class quality check or troubleshoot, so same thing. Here like walks, source main Java com 88 quality checker troubleshoot. So right here on the left side, walk, source main Java com 88, the second one quality checker troubleshoots. So in the quality checker troubleshoot class, there's a main method that can be run to test out the juicy machine clock method. You can update sugar content and threshold to include any value you want to test out. Once you have added value you want to test, click on the run button to test out your values and changes. You will see the test average sugar content column followed by the average, right? So first one, we have to fix the clock in the output of the machine and find the average sugar content before a threshold. Let's check. It has a QC machine clock, double sugar content, double threshold, there's a double sum, integer count, there's a for loop, double sugar content, and there's a double adjusted sugar content. So we assign adjusted sugar content to sugar content divided by 10. After that, they increment the count by 1 and they um, increment the sum value plus adjusted sugar content. So normally what we do is we check if adjusted sugar content or sugar content is greater than or equal to threshold, then we take a break, right? I mean, we break out of the loop. After that, we count the value by 1, means we increment the count by 1, and we increment the sum by adding the adjusted sugar content, right? So this line 15 and 16 and 17 is not correct because it is before we break out of the loop. So it should be after we break out of the loop. So simply just get it and put it here after the if statement. So it's going to be line 20. After that, it's gonna it will increment the count, right? If it's the threshold value is not greater than or equal to adjusted sugar content, it will increment the count by 1 and it will add the adjusted sugar content to the sum. After that, we're gonna simply check if it's count is 0, we will simply return 0, and or else otherwise we will return sum by count, right? It is the average value. And then we have a white main method here. Here to do update the two variable with the value you want to test. They have a double sugar content array 250, 260, 270, 280, and 290, and double threshold 28. Right? So let's check if it's work. You can, update or change these values, but bef before changing the value, I just want to test this out if our step 2 is correct or not. Yeah, it's correct because we fixed the line 2021, so it simply work. And then we can play around, like let's change to 50, to 220, or, to 50, 65 here, and this one to 225. Now let's see if it's work, if we change. Oh, it's successful, so you can't really see what's going on here. Like, what I mean by what's going on here is, it say you will see the test average sugar content column followed by the average, but we didn't see it here in our terminal window because it's not showing us the output or anything like that. So I just want to change it back to its original value, like 20, 250 to 60, and then 28, right? After that, there's a system out dot print line at line 37. It's the average sugar content colon. It should print out the average sugar content, right? But it didn't show us here. So what I suggest you guys to download is the application or IDE called let me call Eclipse right here on my desktop. Eclipse IDE for Java development. So when you go there, you have to go to File, and then you have to go to New, and then we are doing the class, so we're gonna click the class, create a class, right? And then you have to choose the source folder. I already have a source folder called testing right here. So yeah, and then what you have to do is you have to name it. In my case, I name the same as this one, quality checker troubleshoot. So I just simply copy this one, and then I came here and like paste it here. But here on the top is a type or exit, because yeah, before I show you guys here on the left side, I already created, right? I already created the nucleus. So you just simply paste it like quality checker troubleshoot, and then you have to just, if it's like a different name, it will show you the finish here gonna be like light up, but right now it's not lighting up. So ASMR, like you give a name, right, AA or something like that, and it will give you like finish option. So you just simply have to press the finish button, right? So in that case, I already created it, so I'm gonna be just cancel it out. And as you can see here on the left side, I will have a quality checker troubleshoot. So once you click finish, it will give you only this line, right? This line, the first one, package testing, and the third one, um, public class quality checker troubleshoot, and open bracket. After that, you have to simply copy whatever line you have from here, right? Number is my line number 5 through everything here, like line number 39, and simply paste it here and need the public class quality checker troubleshoot. After that, you can simply run, but the green button is called run. Just click it, and then it will give you a average sugar content. Okay, like I said, we can't really see every sugar content column, like right here, every sugar content 27, right? But we can't really see our every sugar content in the Bulgarian. So what I suggest is you guys have to download the Eclipse, like right top left corner, you can see the name Eclipse ECLIP. So you just need to download the Eclipse um, to your computer, and then go to new, and then create a class, Java class, because we're doing a class right now. So just simply click the class, and then you have to choose like a folder or source folder where you want to store. Like in my case, like I will store a testing folder, and then you have to name, like in this case I name quality checker troubleshoot. Same with our Java class in Bulgarian, quality checker troubleshoots. I just, like copy from there and paste it. Quality checker, right? And then you create it. But in this case, like you guys see here, type already exist mean this name. The classes already exist with this name. So Asima, that's why it didn't like the finish button. Asima, if you give the different name like this, it will pop up like a finish button. So you guys can just simply, um, do like finish button, and it will load up to the screen. So for now, I will just simply cancel it because I already have a quality checker troubleshoot class. So it will give you package testing and the line 3 public class quality checker troubleshoot. From line 4 to all the way down there, you have to copy paste from the Wikipedia. And then right now we have like a sugar content and threshold, right? So you can run it on top of the left corner. Just hit the run button. It will actually like, hey, we're gonna run this, part. So you just simply click OK, and it will show you right here. Down there, every sugar content is 26 in our case. So how come we got 26? If you guys want to know, I can explain it to you guys. If you guys don't want to know, you can just stop watching here. But whoever curious how does that happen, I can explain. So like right here, um, if say adjusted sugar content is greater than equal to, right? So adjusted sugar content right here is the sugar content divided by 10. So our first sugar content at count 0 is 250. So 250 divided by 10 is 25. So 25 is not greater than or equal to threshold, because our threshold value is 28. That's why we cannot just, like break. If it's true, we gonna take a break, but if it's not true, so we're gonna continue to the next stop, line 19. So we're gonna simply count, increment the count by 1 means count plus 1. So our count initial value is 0 plus 1 is going to be count 1. After that, you can increment the sum by adding adjusted sugar content. So sum plus adjusted sugar content is sum initial value is 0 here. So 0 plus adjusted sugar content, right? So 0 plus our adjusted sugar content is 25 here. So 0 plus 25 is 25. Okay, so our average value is 25, but we have to come here again. Right now is the value is going to be 26 at count 1. So 26 is not greater than or equal to threshold value 28. So we have to accept increment our count by 1 again. So our count value is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. And we're gonna add, we have to add as our sum again. Our sum is sum plus adjusted sugar content. Our sum is the less sum is 25. So 25 plus adjusted sugar content is 26 in this case. So 25 plus 26 is 51. So we divided sum value by count. 51, our count value in this case is 2. So 51 divided by 2 is 25.5. So before our count value is our sum value is 25, our count value is 1, right? So 25 divided by 1 is 25, is our average value right now. 26 plus 25 is 51. So 51 divided by our count value 2 is 25.5. After that, we're gonna move on to the next one. Is 27. So 27, that count 3 is 27. So we're gonna increase our, so sugar content is 270 divided by 10 is 27. We're gonna increment the count by 1. Our less count value is 2. So 2 plus 1 is 3. And we're gonna increment our sum value. Our less sum value is 51. 51 plus our adjusted value is right here 27. So 51 plus 27 is 78. So we have to divide the sum by count. So our sum value is 78. Find the count value. The count value is 3. It's gonna give you 26. So 26. And then we're gonna move on to the next one. And our count value 4 is 280. So 280 sugar content divided by 10. So 280, right? 280 divided by 10. Gonna give us a 28. So 28 is greater than or equal to our threshold value 28. So if it's the same, if it's the case, we're gonna break out from our for loop. So we're gonna just break out. We won't be going to the line 19 or 20 again because we're gonna break out from our for loop. That's why it stopped there at 28. So basically we will stop at 270. So in 270, our average sugar content give us 26 is the final value. So that's what happened right here. Average sugar content 26. Is you have to update the two variable with the value you want to test, so you can, like just type whatever value you want. ASMR, if you want to change the threshold value like 25 or something like that right here and run the test, and it's going to give you a 0. You just press OK and it's going to give you a 0. It's the calculation. And if it's 26 and run the test, it will give you a average sugar content 25. So it's basically mean if you press 220, 230, and you put 223 threshold value and run it will give you a 22 if it's less than or equal to the sugar content value. 22 is going to give you a 0. See, so you can play around and see if you're doing it right. But the Eclipse is really good because it shows you the output, right? Even though it say here system out print line average content should print it out, but in our workarian it actually didn't print it out. We can only test it out like if it's successful or not. But here is cool because you can actually see the value if it's your code is work or not, So thank you so much for watching.